people think it's different. They always ask like, how is it like? Because like the same question I always been with guys, right? And then they'll be like, so how is it like being with a girl? Like I said, other than the physical makeup, there's no difference. The emotional connection is the same. Like we are still doing things as a couple. I post normally like I say about my mom, right? Like I try to tell her that I'm still the same person. Just because I'm with a woman, it doesn't make me less of a daughter or less of a person or less of a friend, you know. I'm still the exact same person. It's just that I'm dating a woman, no?
Hello and welcome to Open House. I'm your host Durga. Today we have a very special episode, a Valentine's Day episode. And we're excited to speak with two couples, Nigel and Erwin, and Cheryl and Grace. Now, I'm eager to hear about their inspiring stories of love, how they overcame their challenges and, to find love. So welcome to Open House. Thank you so much for being here today. So, before we dive into our conversation, we are going to test how well you all know each other, basically, a little bit. So you have like little whiteboards in front of you.
Okay.
So what I'll do is I'll ask the question, you write it down, you cannot show each other. And then when I go 1, 2, 3, you flip the answers around to the camera.
She's very competitive, so she's like...
Yeah, she's raring to go, I can
but I'm a bit
see.
nervous, like, I feel like you know me better, but we'll see.
If you get the common ones wrong,
I remember
in
stuff
trouble
very
already,
well. I
okay.
remember
You'll
stuff
be in
very
trouble,
well.
but cannot show answers lah.
Okay, cannot show.
If I know your
sure.
IC, I
Okay.
know everything.
Who takes care of the other more? Dun, 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 dun. This could go either way.
You better say me,
Wow, threatening.
Wow, this one very hard leh.
Wow, she's got her answer already, Cheryl. She's like, fast.
It depends on
Situation.
Yeah, and like what the thing is.
Okay.
Okay.
Icebreaker. Okay,
Wow, so
ready?
quick.
1, 2, 3. I cook, he cleans, but me.
He does.
Really?
Really?
He takes care of me more.
Oh.
Great.
Eh, she said me leh. I say you
So sweet, huh? Okay, next one. Dun, dun, dun. When is your anniversary? So, wedding anniversary. Oh, okay. I'll make it clear. Wedding anniversary.
easy.
Oh, this is easy.
Wow, easy.
This is easy.
Okay, then shall we make it harder?
Both.
Okay, both.
Walao.
Okay, I put the wedding one first. The wedding one on
Wedding
top.
anniversary
Wedding
and
one on top.
the day y'all became a couple.
The year also must put
Date, month, and year.
Okay.
Ready?
Very ready.
I think this one also can get.
Mhm.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Anniversary?
Wow!
So
Oh, you all went to Christmas Wonderland on
2
Christmas.
days before.
2 days before.
Yeah.
20th
Correct.
October
20th
2022.
Correct.
22nd February. Hello, 2018 your kid lah. Hey!
I cannot change! Cannot
Walao, which girlfriend you with at the time, sia?
I counted wrongly. I counted 4 years from 2022.
Now you still on the couch,
Okay, what is your partner's most annoying habit?
Oh my gosh.
You
Oh god.
got memories! I know what you're going to write! Can you stop it? You already shame me on so many podcasts! Stop it!
Okay, ready? 1,
Okay.
2, 3. Oh! Sulking, really?
I knew it. Nah, hello. Sauki bear.
Always making the floor wet after showering. Curses a lot. That came out earlier. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So it's true lah. Okay.
Basically, it's always the floor that is wet, and I step on it. I was like, really? But
Then
my
I
foot-
cannot take you to any family event.
Why?
Only what he cursed in English. He will curse in my language as well.
Tagalog.
That's what you taught me.
Yeah, but then my parents will be so shocked. They'll be like, whoa,
Hey,
we
I
have a
didn't,
new
okay?
Filipino
I
in the
didn't.
house.
I didn't.
Okay, last one. Who apologizes first after a fight?
Oh, actually I know.
Very easy.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay.
Even though it's my fault, I apologize.
Ah,
Because his face makes me want to say sorry.
Or maybe you just realized I was right.
No.
Okay. I think he apologizes first. Then I realized, okay, maybe I had some part to do with it. Then I'll apologize first. But most of the time, it's always him.
Okay, not bad. Y'all did very well.
Cause you'll be busy sulking.
So you have to apologize. All right. Since it's a Valentine's Day, as you can see, I wanted to find out, what does love mean to each of you?
You go first.
She threw you under the bus. It's
That's
like-
right. She saw the bus and she threw me under it. For me, love is kind of safety. Being safe to be yourself around the person, being looked after, taken care of, trusting that you're able to be safe around this person. Yeah, I think that's what love is.
How about you, Cheryl?
Love is someone you can live with and cannot live without.
Is that grace for you?
Yes. But it's someone that you know has your back. Like, you trust this person so much. You know that this person is on your team, in your corner, and you never doubt this person's intentions at all.
Like sense of comfort and
Yeah.
security around that person.
And really being able to unabashedly be yourself. Right? Like, not afraid to show your vulnerabilities, not afraid to show the real self.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of perspectives of love from my different friends, from my own parents and everything. But one thing I noticed that keeps all of them together is just being able to be comfortable with each other, being completely transparent, feeling like you're in a safe space. I think that's the most important part in any relationship. It can be a friendship, it can be even a romantic relationship. As long as it's your safe space, I think that's more than enough.
And how about your...
Yeah, as you said, transparent and all. Because I feel like when you're so close to someone and you're with them for so long, you can literally be anything you want to be. You can say anything you want to say. It is quite nice to have that sense of relief. Like, you don't have to keep it on yourself. Oh, should I say this? Should I say that? Should I keep it to myself? Like, you can just let it out. Then they will come to help you. Not only just relationship, parents, some friends and whatnot, but mostly partner-wise, yeah.
It seems like the common thing that y'all both feel is to feel safe with the people around you, be it friends or family, right? Okay, so now each of you have a coming out story, So this is about, Valentine's Day. It's about relationships. We wanted to, shed different perspectives on different couples because everyone has their own journey, right? Maybe now I'll start with you, Nigel. How did you realize you were attracted to the same sex, and when did you realize? And what was that like growing up for you?
Honestly, I always thought it was a norm to be like, liking a girl, getting married, typical relationship stuff. But I did start liking guys a bit later on. So it was towards the end of 2019.
Not too long ago.
Yeah, not too long ago. So it wasn't very tough for me. It's just, I was so confused.
Were you dating girls before?
I was dating girls. And I was just thought, that is the normal thing to do. So I have to do that. But after, I guess, meeting more LGBTQ people, that I just like, there is different options. I feel slightly more comfortable. Like, I talk to them easier. Then it's like, okay, it just went on and on and on. And then here I am.
And how about you, Erwin?
I grew up with a more stricter family. We always had this mentality that you procreate, you have a family, you get married. But to me, that was not really what I wanted. I forced myself to kind of be like that. I dated a girl before and she was beautiful. She was amazing, honestly. But I just felt that I don't see myself getting married to her. I don't see myself being in a long-term relationship with a girl. And I had to come to terms that maybe what my parents might want for me might not be the best decision for my own self. So I told myself, I think it's better to just fall in love with someone who I felt I would be comfortable with.
At what age was that? Like, you dated girls?
I was already pretty young already. I think I was P4, P5 around there. I kind of knew, but I just like gaslight myself to think that, you know what, this girl is so beautiful. She's worth like getting into a relationship with. But I realized it's not what I want. I want someone handsome. I want someone handsome and tall.
Young, tan, nice body.
Doesn't matter. I just felt that I was more attracted to that instead of being in a relationship with a girl. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And what was your coming out story?
Honestly, pretty easy for me because I think at that time it has changed in terms of the views on LGBTQ and whatnot. So I just say to my friends, "Oh, I'm dating this guy," and they're like, "Oh, okay. Let's go and eat lunch."
Were you shocked by their response?
I was shaking. I was actually like afraid. My heart was bumping. I was like, can I say? Should I say no, yes, or whatnot? Who should I say to? And when I just let it out, I was like, oh, okay lor. Nothing special.
And how about your family?
I mean, my dad cried. And even my mom said, he never cried for me. He cried for you. Yeah, then my mom, she was okay at first. But then it came the, why like this and that, why, all the whys lah. Then we argue about it. But slowly they come to terms with it because my mom said something to my dad. I guess woke both of them up. She's very direct. So she just straight away, you're gonna die. Why hate on your son? He's your only son.
Even though she had doubts herself.
Yeah, only she had doubts. Because they were talking to each other about it. Like, what to do, why is he like that and whatnot. Then now actually I gotten closer to my dad actually. I'm surprised. Now we have like small talks about life and like other things, our hobbies and whatnot.
And how about you, Erwin?
So when I came out, I was not the best environment. The people that I was surrounded with was not the best as well. So I was in an all-boys school. So when I was in that environment, it wasn't the healthiest way of coming out. But eventually it moved to something better. I met better people. I was in a better environment. Now I can proudly say that, I'm gay. Like back then, I think a few years back, it would be so hard for me to say.
And how did your family take it?
I've never really discussed about it
With your
my family. But they can kind of tell when I'm bringing this boy over to my house for 3 years straight. But my mum and my parents accept him happily.
Treat me better than you do.
Yeah. Treat him better than they treat me. So naturally, it kind of made me feel comfortable with them regarding this topic. I feel that maybe I'm not ready to come out to them yet. Maybe a little bit more time, but I think they can kind of tell. As long as they're supporting me and they're not neglecting me as their son, then I think it should be fine. But maybe it's a topic to do another day with them.
Okay, so maybe Grace, you can start off with your coming out story. When did you realize you were attracted to the same sex, and how was that like for you growing up?
My coming out story, I was in a girls' school, but actually didn't even know what it was. And it seemed like my friends knew before me. I was always like a little tomboyish girl. Yeah, there's this story my mom likes to tell that when I was a child, they put me in a dress and apparently I cried like really badly, and that was the end of the dress. And then it was only when I got to like secondary school that I tried dating boys, and then it was like, no.
It just didn't feel it. It just didn't click.
Yeah,
Okay. So when did you formally come out to your family and friends?
Well, not by choice. When I was 16 or so, my mom read my diary. Yeah. And then it just blew up into this whole big thing where my dad sat me down and spoke to me and said like, just letting you know that this is a hard road if you choose it. And, as parents, we don't want that for you.
So it's not so much that they were against who you are, but it's because of the challenges that might come along.
And I told him that, could it be a phase? I don't know. Maybe.
Did you think it's maybe because you were in an all-girls school?
Yeah, so that's what everybody, all the adults told me, right? Like, environment, and therefore should be a phase.
Yes, and you'll grow out of it.
Yeah, so even for me, it was like, okay, maybe I will, I don't know. But until that day comes, then this is
who you are.
Yeah.
That day never came now.
Yeah, that day never came.
Never came.
Yeah.
Okay, we're glad. And how are your parents? Like, how were they after that?
We actually never spoke about it officially after that, because I moved out when I was very young. I moved out when I was 22, I believe. So they've seen everybody that I've lived with and stuff, and clearly it's like not your best friend. Then when I was 25, it was my birthday, and my mom gave me a red packet, and then she said, "You old now, you know what to do, right?" And I was just like, did you mean like get married and like give you grandchildren? Is that what you mean? And she was like, no, that you're old enough to know what you want in your life and what makes you happy.
Oh, that's...
Yeah. that kind of moment, I think, where I realized that in her own Chinese mom way, she was trying to tell me that,
She's accepted.
yeah.
Ah, that's really sweet. And how about your friends?
I mean, everybody kind of knew lah. Everybody knew lah.
They knew
So-
before you.
Yes, correct. We have this inside joke where like, if people look really gay and then they say that people don't know that they're gay, we're like, this closet is like Narnia, no? So I didn't have the opportunity to hide in a Narnia closet.
Right.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't like I had to sit down and tell my friends, by the way, I'm gay. I think they would be more worried if I told them, here's my boyfriend.
I think so.
And they were accepting of.
I think they'll be like, you okay?
And yourself, yours.
I was also in a girls' school for 10 years. We both were in girls' school. We were in the same primary school.
Oh.
But we didn't know each other back then. Lah. So, yeah, I just always been into boys. And we were good friends. And I've always, as a friend, thought she's cute. But that's it, right? I mean, we do see like, hey, wow, this girl hot. But that's it, right? It's just appreciating this person's beauty. And that's it. There was no romantic attraction towards you when we were friends, okay?
How long were your friends for?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, and close friends, like really good friends, yeah.
Like, how did you get to know each other as friends?
A mutual friends party. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was this window where I was single, and then we were just hanging out more as friends because, I mean, we're both single and we live near each other. Then I started feeling funny.
Funny,
Around
how
her.
funny. Oh,
Funny,
like
like-
butterflies in your stomach.
Yeah, like the warm fuzzy feeling. Why? Then because as friends, we were just like, it's very normal to
Yeah,
do this, right?
correct.
Then when she did that to me, I'm like, You do, you like. Still, then I'll be like,
Oh.
then but she'll be like doing it per normal as a friend. She doesn't know what's happening, right? I'm just like, what? And then one day she was just over at my place, just catching up, talking, just doing our usual chats. And then I had this sudden urge to kiss her. And in life, my motto is do first, think later. It has gotten me into trouble several times, but in this situation, I scored. I scored a wife for life.
Was that weird for you and you when she did
She was just
that?
talking, hee ha. Then I just pulled her in and kissed her.
Was that shocking for you?
Yeah, it was. I was like, oh, what's happening? Oh, but it's nice.
Nice.
So you maybe had some feelings towards her, or not at all.
Maybe.
I think you have always felt comfortable around me and your guard's really down because we are such good friends and I've seen you through all the shit in your life. So already you have no defenses. But she just never considered me as a prospect because in her head, this girl is straight. Yeah. So I think it's more of a, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
And then we were just like, let's not be so quick to label anything, okay? Maybe I'm bored, I'm horny, whatever. Let's just not label anything. What if it's just a phase? Because I've never ever like experimented at all. I've never
Were
been
you
with a girl.
shocked with yourself in that moment?
But I shock myself all the time, with all the things I do. Yeah, and then 6 weeks after that kiss, she proposed.
6 weeks after the kiss.
Yeah.
Was it like a very romantic
No,
thing?
she just went girlfriend or not girlfriend. Because I was like, because I kept going like, and then this, and then it'll be nice this. Then she, oh my god, stop hinting. And then here we are.
How did that go down with your family? Because you were about 35, 34?
Yeah, 35. I mean, she was a good friend of mine, so my parents already
Knew her.
as a friend, like right? They already met you and they know that I have a friend called Grace. And then when we started hanging out a lot together, my mom actually said, I'm scared that she will like you, I'm scared that she will like me. Mothers just know, right? Mothers just know.
She can sense it.
Yeah, because I'm very
maybe.
close to my mom also, so she just knows. But then I just didn't want to say anything to her yet. But I think she knew. I only told her after the proposal. So I think it was a bit of a shock for her because it's like, I'm confirming that yes, I'm with a girl and two, I'm really engaged to this person. So it was a lot for her to take. And they didn't take it well. I don't blame them lah. They grew up in a generation where,
This was not widely accepted.
yeah, where gays are bad or like whatever they were taught in their time. So I'm not here to like change their mindset. I think it's so deeply entrenched and you grew up your whole life thinking that way. It's like, no point. I'm just going to hurt myself even more. So for me, I just want tolerance. I think acceptance is going to be,
Challenging.
yeah, like it's okay. I mean, I'd rather, they just tolerate it. Like, she's just going to be my life.
Then how did you manage that? I mean,
didn't tell
at the
them.
end of the day, they are your parents.
I
You
didn't
would
tell
not-
them.
You didn't tell them.
Yeah, I didn't tell them that we were going to have a wedding.
So do they know now? Now they know, definitely, because it's all over.
I think one of my mom's friends follows me on Instagram, and I think she just said, "Hey, your daughter got married ah!" You know, that kind of like passing remark.
Right.
And then my mom's like, "Huh?" And then I think she knows, but she never brought the topic up with me. So it's kind of like she knows, but she is not going to say anything about it, and I'm not going to say anything about it.
So was it hard for you not having them there?
I used to be really affected by it, like that my parents were not supportive until now. Yeah, but they've been more, okay, it's not acceptance, but it's more accepting of her presence.
Right.
Right, there's a bit of difference here. Like they know that she's in my life, and I think after 4 years, I think they were hoping it would be a fate. And then like, oh, this woman's still here. Like after like 4 years. Yeah, so I would say I don't think they are 100% supportive, you know, because at the end of the day, I think they still love me as their child, and they are not going to like banish me. And they can't not talk to me forever, and I'm still very close to them. But I think it's more of like they are more tolerant
Of the
her
relationship.
existence, of the situation. Yeah.
What do you think is one thing that you can think of right off the bat that a straight couple may take for granted that, you know, a couple has to struggle with? Or someone in LGBTQ plus relationship?
Acceptance. They have it easy. Very easy.
I think as simple as even just holding hands, actually.
Oh, yeah.
They hold hands and it's something that they can do. But for some of us, it's so difficult. Like as simple as holding hands, as simple as hugging, as simple as just like if I were to just hold like
Like
this
even
part,
being
like
near,
this,
honestly.
on near.
Yeah.
Even for us, like there's like certain settings that we know. Okay, let's not hold hands here because we can tell they are not gonna be happy about it.
Like what settings?
Like when we pass by like a group of old people, we know already, okay, let's just let go of hands. You know, they're probably not going to be comfortable with it. And then I think there was a few times where we walked past a bunch of guys and then we heard them like snickering and stuff like that. Like,
It's quite irritating, but what to do?
What do you think brings that on? Is it ignorance?
it could be ignorance, but it could be also just how this person was brought up. At the same time, maybe it's just the beliefs that they have. I can't force it upon them. That's why I don't get angry if someone ever judges or says something. It's not my position to tell you that, by the way, you are wrong. By the way, that you should accept us. I'm not in that position. But it could be just how they've been brought up, maybe.
What do you think we can do better as a society?
I think just be more patient with each other, honestly. Like, just be kind to those who have not done anything to you. You know, at the end of the day, we are all still humans with feelings. We've got our own lives, got our own families. It's not fair for you to hurt a person in the middle of their day or online. Just for your own thoughts. You know, it's not worth it. You can keep it to yourself. We can just do better to just be more patient with each other. I think that's the most important part. Just be more patient with each other. You never know what others might be going through.
And like love each other as human beings, right? At the end of the day. What's one misconception that you feel that people have about same-sex relationship that you just want to say like, stop asking that?
I think for me is people think it's different. They always ask like, how is it like? Because like the same question I always been with guys, right? And then they'll be like, so how is it like being with a girl? Like I said, other than the physical makeup, there's no difference. The emotional connection is the same. Like we are still doing things as a couple. I post normally like if you were a guy, it would be posted exactly the same things, just that you'll be a guy, not a girl. You know what I mean? There's no difference to me. I don't see a...
Like no difference at all.
Yeah.
Like, it's still a connection.
Yeah.
And for yourself? Like have you been asked anything that...
No, actually. I've been very blessed in that I've never actually had like issues
around your
around sexuality.
like your friends
Yeah.
and your family.
Let's be more specific, like I say about my mom, right? Like I try to tell her that I'm still the same person. Just because I'm with a woman, it doesn't make me less of a daughter or less of a person or less of a friend, you know. I'm still the exact same person. It's just that I'm dating a woman, no? But I don't know why some people feel like, oh, you do something wrong, then like, I'm a villain now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
so
like,
yeah,
I think
I guess that's that you...
I think that's one of the misconceptions people...
that you've changed because you've changed your sexuality. So now, what would you never compromise as an individual for the relationship? It's like a big no-no.
You know, like being in a polyamorous relationship, like just seeing other people, I don't think we'd be open to that. That's the one thing that we don't want to compromise on. It's very normalized along with my friends and everything. Like no judgment towards that, but it's just not something we'd be completely open to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it. We realized maybe it's not for us.
So his is an open relationship about yours.
I guess cheating is just a no way. If you do, goodbye.
Message heard for both
Yeah,
of you.
it doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter how long the relationship has been, how much memories I've made with him. Is as long as you thought of it. Bye.
If you start shitting on the things that I love to do. Like for example, I like to run marathons for fun, and until today she takes jabs at me, and like it's okay, right? It's like, like she always like, why? It's like, why would you like go and run so much and like wake up at 4 a.m. and run for 3 hours for what? You know, that kind of thing. But then she's still very supportive. She'll like come to my races, she'll run around and take videos for me and things like that. But if it comes to a point where I'm not allowed to do all these things without a valid reason. Now, of course, if I'm touch wood sick or what, then she's like, no, come on, please, then okay. But if you like, you know, kill my passion and I have nothing left in the world to live for except you, then it's like, it needs to be like you plus my passion, you know what I mean? Then I'm happy and I can be a good wife for you also, right? If I'm happy, then you also will be happy.
Oh, but cannot like if your only thing is me,
Cannot, right?
I will be like
Right.
no.
This one 24/7, darling, today breakfast with me, lunch with me, dinner with me.
Oh
then
my
we go
god,
everywhere.
because she's introverted.
Just go and run. Just go and run, okay?
So it works out
Yeah, it
there.
works out.
Yeah, how about yourself, Grace?
That would definitely kill it. Like if it was just
If I make my world about you and you only,
yeah.
But aside to that, like,
being rude to family,
Yeah.
that's very big one. That's a big
Yeah.
thing for you, right? Being disrespectful to elders.
all right, okay. So now we answer some
Yeah,
questions.
chocolate.
Then you can have some chocolate. Each of you can take a question and just read it out and then answer.
Is it true that all lesbians are cat lovers?
Friends, let's talk about stereotypes. Not all stereotypes are true. In this case, half of it is true. I am a cat lover. Cheryl is
A
okay.
dog lover.
Yeah.
Bruno is a dog, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We also have a cat named Junior.
So half and half.
Yes.
Compromise.
Does it get tough when y'all have a disagreement but still have to work together, filming on content? Oh my gosh. The amount of times actually we did a obstacle course video and we were in the middle of an argument.
Yeah.
What is this obstacle course? Like,
It's like a high element obstacle course
Yeah.
actually in Orchard. So we were doing that and then
Basically, we were very angry at
Very
each
angry
other.
at each other.
Like, honestly, not only that high elements. There's a lot of times that it has happened that we had arguments the night before, or even right before the event. Then we have to film, have to shoot something. We just this time is not the right time to show that face or give that attitude. So let's just film that. And then continue the argument later.
I think that day, we think we had it lucky because our fear of like the heights and everything took over us, and we were like, okay, never mind, let's just not be angry with each other.
what was the argument about? About the obstacle course? Or?
No.
It's about something.
I forgot already.
So it's something else and then you went into it having to do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. So we were just like, you know what, this is not the time. Let's just do it. Let's just get it done and over with. And
Like
later we
work, like
argue.
work is work.
Yeah.
Relationship. So
Yeah.
we want to separate the two instead of like bringing it forward. Yeah, because it's like what my mom always say to me: don't bring a black face home. Something happen outside, right? Leave it outside.
Yeah.
Come home, be happy because you're gonna affect other people's mood.
True. Yeah.
So
Because
don't-
energy transfers.
Yeah, so don't do it. Yeah.
Is it hard to maintain friendships with the same gender? No. Our friends are all girls around us.
Like, do you find that they shy away from you? Or, I mean, it's a question that they ask. No. No?
No.
Okay.
The question trying to ask like would we get jealous if we both hang out the same gender? Is this what
Maybe.
you're saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Could be.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I think it's not any different to if you were in a heterosexual relationship. Like, I think this applies to all relationships in general lah. If you spend a lot of time with someone that might seem like a threat to the relationship, you spend too much time with that person, then obviously you will be a bit like, a bit jealous or what, you
course,
know.
yeah.
Like say if I hang out with the same guy or girl every day, we do everything together, and then I talk to him or her first before you, then obviously that's something to like, what's going on. But if it's just normal, healthy friendships that we all have. It's fine. Yeah.
Is being in a gay relationship hard in Singapore? And what issues did you face while being together? It's not the easiest, not the hardest. It depends on how people accept it as well. So I think for us, it was relatively easy. Everyone liked us, everyone supported us, which we were very happy about, which I was surprised as well. We did not expect all the people to be like, wow, I love you guys. We really feel very appreciative of everything. Honestly, it isn't hard. For us.
I think mainly because we know our place. We still treat others with like respect and everything. I think that's one of the main things that kind of helped people to realize that actually we are just any normal couple. You know, like if you treat others normally, then they'll treat you normally as well. I'm surprised by how it has changed. A few years ago, back then, something like this would be so weird to others.
Yep.
But I
Like
think
there was even a comment on like our recent video. Back then the gays couldn't do this. Now you are slaying. I was like, oh.
like, it's these kind of comments that like kind of push us forward. Like we're so happy that we're able to represent that now, and people see that as a way of like actually it's okay. And I think that's the more fulfilling aspect to the social media part. Like you have an audience to show to people that it's okay.
It's okay to be who you are.
Yeah.
So we're coming to the end.
Alright.
What is the most valuable lesson, if you could share, throughout your 3 years as a couple together?
Wow.
I learned a lot on compromise and respect. I think it is so important in any relationship, that even in a friendship, even like there's so many things that I like but you don't like. There's so many things that you can do and I cannot do. I feel like after 3 years being together, I learned a lot on being able to compromise for my partner. Not only thinking about myself, but thinking about others as well. I think back then I didn't think of others like that. But then now it's so important to always consider others as well and always treat others respectfully, say things and fight for things respectfully. That's the biggest lesson I think I've learned.
I would say the most valuable lesson is giving your partner space and giving yourself grace.
Oh, she used your name again.
Because you need to also learn to be kind to yourself also, you know, like a lot of people sometimes tend to want to please or impress their partners too much, then they lose themselves. Or they want to try and form and be a mold of what their partner wants. Like, oh, you want sporty one? Okay, I force myself go spinning. You know, or like, oh, you like the 10-10, I go in the sun. You know, like then you just, who are you anymore? You know, you don't even like it, then you like still do it. If your partner, because you do that, loves you more, then what kind of partner is this there? You
So
know
they
what I
love
mean?
you for what you've become.
Exactly, then that's also very dangerous. So yeah, I think giving your partner space and giving yourself grace.
Yay, very nice.
so
Okay,
deep.
before we wrap up, last one. What advice would you give couples? If they are looking to find true love, they are looking to find the right partner at whatever age.
When you say you love a person, I think you need to be very sure what is it really that you love about this person. And for example, if you love the person for looks, then you need to be careful because like, you know, this person may not look like that in 10 years.
yeah.
You know, I think then you need to, when someone asks you what you love about this person, then when you answer, are these things that are easily found in other people? You know, it's like, oh, he always buy things for me. Yeah, the follower also can buy things for you. Next time this one buy more expensive one, how? You go there. You know this. You know what I mean? Like non-material things aside, what is it about this person? Because we all have an identity. Like, okay, you are a runner. Then like, wow, cool. Then the person stop running, how? Then not cool already. You know what I mean? You form an identity of this person. Or this person like always like, let's say like, wow, I get to travel because, you know, I don't know lah, maybe travel.
Or like pilot.
Yeah, whatever. Then one day stop already, then go and be taxi driver, how? Hey, you taxi driver malu sia, then how? So you need to know that this thing that you love about the person is no matter what hat this person wears or whatever, what is the intrinsic
Quality.
non-material things about the person that you love. Like, you know, he'll always put you first. She'll always put you first. You know, she will never like say anything bad, but you know that no matter what situation, she or he will only have good things to say about you.
Like even if you're not in the room, they stand
Yeah.
up for you, basically,
yes.
right?
That's what I mean, lor. Yeah.
Grace?
I think don't rush.
But you 6 weeks propose? No. Oh, sorry. Okay, continue. Okay, start again. Don't rush.
Don't rush.
Don't rush.
Okay
We
lah.
were friends for 3 years first.
Yes.
Ah.
No,
but I think there's this pressure to like find that person by the time you're XX years old, get married. Don't put so much pressure on that whole age thing. I think
don't get into a relationship just to get married. Like, explore sort of, have fun.
And you don't have to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Right? You can just be in a relationship with yourself. I think a lot of people like go from person to person, and you don't actually take time to really look inside and do the work on yourself. Like what am I looking for? Why am I always, jumping from like what I used to do right? It's always relationship after relationship. And I realized that's because I needed to be with somebody for validation. So being with someone then to me is like, oh, there's somebody who likes me.
Because of the way you look.
Yeah, and the way I am. Because I drew validation from others. And this is why I always, with my body positivity movement, Rock the Naked Truth, I always say you don't seek validation from others. Like, you need to be secure with yourself first. Because it's very dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. If you rely on someone so much, then if that person is a very toxic, manipulative person, wow, you are going to crumble. Right?
I think it will come to you. So don't force anything upon your surroundings. Like, don't be too discouraged that it's not happening. Don't be too discouraged that it's not happening right now. Maybe the world has a better plan for you now. I have a strong belief in the world will...
the universe will bring the right person
the universe
to you.
will bring it to you. It will come to you when it's the right time.
It happened for you guys. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. It's really a pleasure having you both on Open House. And, to our listeners, thank you for watching this episode. And remember, for every question you have, there's someone out there with the answer. So if you love this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, leave suggestions as to other guests that you want on. And of course, don't forget to share this video. Until next time, happy Valentine's Day, everyone.